a lot of people didn't believe that the fight was going to happen. They thought that Kell Brook was either going to move up to 154 or that he was going to try to fight. You know, of course, he tried to fight a big money fight with Amir Khan. We know that Khan was supposed to fight Pacquiao, but now he's not fighting Pacquiao because basically, you know, the money wasn't there. Long story short, if you want more details on that, you have to go check out the video I did on the channel. But anyway, T-Street Controversy. This is T-Street Controversy Live. So, Kell Brook, IBF 147-pound champion. If I'm correct, what is Kell Brook? Kell Brook is 36-1 with 33 KOs. He's going to be taking on Errol Spence. 36-1 with 25 KOs. He's going to be taking on Errol Spence May the 27th in Sheffield in Bramall Hall. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. It's Bramall. So basically, it's a good fight for Kell Brook because not only is it his... Okay, I'm talking about, well, both for him and Errol Spence. And I'm talking about from a marketing standpoint because if you look at, you know, Kell Brook fought Golovkin because basically that was the biggest payday he ever, you know, received. So he took the chance. Also, we've known, or if you haven't known, Kell Brook has been struggling making that 147 pounds now for a long time. You know, I'm talking about like several years. Now, it's amazing that when he fought Sean Porter, he weighed in under the 147-pound limit. Remember, when he won the IBF title, and what was that, damn near 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago. And he only came into the ring, or the official weigh-in, at 155. So remember, when you're an IBF champion, just like we seen with Daniel Jacobs, will he make that second day weigh-in? You know, or okay, you have to weigh in that happens the day before the fight, or what about that next weigh-in that next morning? You know, that's what I'm thinking. So what if he loses the belt on the scales or does something, you know, similar to what Daniel Jacobs did and said, well, I'm going to move up anyway. I'm having a hard time making weight, so I'm going to lose the belt on the scales, you know, in hopes to, you know, have a bigger weight advantage against you so I can be healthy enough to beat you. Since basically we should know and understand that, come on, we can't make no excuses for him, but we do have to acknowledge that Kell Brook is going to be draining himself to get to 147 pounds. But he's going to do it. You know, and then with that rehydration with the IBF, you know, he can only rehydrate 10 pounds overnight. And then whatever happens after that, you know, after that second day weigh-in, you know, or that day of weigh-in, you know, then, you know, he can hydrate whatever he wants. But, you know, you may ask yourself, well, then what's the point of keeping the belt? If you really look at it, if he decides to go that route, then I guess it's to show that he's a warrior, or, you know, that people will underestimate him when it came to if he could beat Errol Spence or not. Now, looking at Errol Spence, he's 21-0 with 18 KOs. Here's the way I look at it. Okay, yes, he ran through Leonard Bundu and knocked him out, put him to sleep. Keith Thurman, the unified WBC and WBA Super World Champion, couldn't do that. He ran through Chris Algieri. Pacquiao couldn't do that. Amir Khan couldn't do that. But if you really look at it, you know, it's okay. You know, I understand that, you know, You have to look at those at what he did against those two fighters as a big deal. But at the same time, I'm just still, you know, not impressed. And also what we've learned about Kell Brook is that he's very good with fighting on the inside. He does have the power. You know, so, you know, he does have the power. Also, he went in there against a full-fledged 160-pounder and got his eye socket broken. He's got some type of plate shit in his fucking eye. So you have to think that Errol Spence may be trying to target that. But also, before I go on, we have a surprise tomorrow. You know, hopefully everything goes, you know, well. As I said, the fight is official because the first press conference is happening tomorrow. Right now, it's the 22nd of March 2017. And on the 23rd in Sheffield, they're going to be having the press conference. You know, so I'm actually looking forward to seeing it, even though we know that Errol Spence is, you know, not a guy who speaks too much, but it's known that Kell Brook has a lot of weight to cut, and we're just about 2 weeks away. 2 months, just a little over 2 months away from the fight, and we know he's got to get in the training camp, and he's probably already cutting weight now. You know, because he was huge against Golovkin. And as I said, we should know, you know, or if you don't know, he's had trouble making weight or trouble cutting to that 147 for years now. He had trouble, you know, as far as I know, back during the, when he fought Carlson Jones the first time. You know, so there's a lot to, factor in. But the fight's supposed to be on Showtime International, which is going to be a midday card over here in the United States. So basically, they're going to be in a ring definitely at about 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and about 2:30 Pacific Eastern Standard. No, 2:30 Pacific. On Showtime, and then over in the UK, it's likely going to be Sky Sports Box Office. Will undercard be? We don't know. Of course, we're going to find all that out as time goes on. But it is good for Errol Spence to go over there and get that money, because even though Kell Brook is going to get the bulk of the money, still it's good for these fighters in this era to go over to the UK once to experience like the love they get over there. Because what I noticed is overseas fans in general, when an American fighter goes over there, they get shown like a lot of support, So it is what it is, man. Who am I going to give my prediction? Am I going to give my prediction yet? It's like this. We know Errol Spence is good. We know that he has the skills, and he is also himself a big 147 pounder, and he is himself going to have to deal with that day of weigh-in. But I just feel that people are not giving Kell Brook enough credit, man. Kell Brook, even though you may say he hasn't really fought anybody, but still, if you really look at it, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm on the fence. But as time goes on, we're going to talk more and more about this. Also, of course, after the press conference tomorrow, we're going to do a video and we're going to talk about that, about the things we've learned. Please subscribe. Of course, we're going to be providing, well, I can't say of course just yet, but the goal is to provide full coverage for this fight. We will find out more details about this tomorrow, which will be a big venture for us as far as Matchroom Boxing is concerned. But anyway, I'm Teacher Controversy. This is Teacher Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. All the links to my social media are right down below in the description box. Please subscribe.